Welcome to Pammie Plus Parks. I'm Pammie, and we are live. It is September 25th, 2020, and 1 p.m. Eastern Time. I look like I got a little bit of bad light here. Let me see if I can get more into the... Whoops. Well, let us see. I guess I'll have to turn this way. I don't have my normal rig that I would usually have to do this. I left it at home, so I was trying to balance it on my regular camera tripod here, and it wasn't working. I guess the light changed a little bit, and it got darker. Let's see. Maybe I can move to another table. Well, maybe not. I'm in a social distancing area of the park right now, where it's a mask-free zone. Boy, is it dark. Okay. Hang on, guys. In order to move, I have to put my mask on, so hang on 1 second. Oh, no. I'm just struggling today with this thing. Oh gosh, guys, I'm so sorry. I had this set up perfectly, and the lighting got terrible. Hang on 1 second. Okay, that has clearly been the roughest start I've had to a live stream ever. Whatever. I'm just going to turn around in my seat. So the section I'm sitting in right now is a mask relaxation zone, and as long as you stay seated, you're allowed to sit in here without your mask on, and they have like lots of tables blocked off so that you aren't sitting like right next to somebody who you're definitely socially distanced. It was a perfect view of the castle, but you couldn't see me. I don't know if you guys want to see me or not, if that matters to you. But if it does, I can move. I just have to put my mask on and then move all my stuff over to another table, but that would maybe take too long. It might just be easier to talk to you guys like this. Yeah, there's the castle right there in the background. Look at the sky. Isn't that beautiful? It's all like fluffy clouds and everything. I hope you guys are having a great day and enjoying fall, and I hope it's fall where you are. It's still really hot here in Florida, but beautiful. We're supposed to have pouring down rain starting at 3 o'clock today, so I don't know. The skies look kind of clear with fluffy clouds and pretty, who knows. Well, I just wanted to connect with you guys today to kind of give you my impression of what the parks are like now that I've visited a few parks, and I have gotten to see what the parks are like on weekends, what they're like later in the evening, first thing in the morning. I kind of have a better idea. Oh, Kelly says it's fall in St. Louis. That's fantastic. And it's still hot in California. I'm not surprised with all the fires that have been going on. Let me see if I can put my mask on and move my belongings. One-handed masking. I don't want to take up a whole nother table, so I'm going to have to move this stuff. Hopefully they'll be okay with me doing this bit by bit. So, that'll work better. So yeah, I've been to the park several times. I've had the opportunity to kind of see what it's like, different times of day, different weather. And I've done a lot of reading and research into what other people have said about the parks. Some people go one extreme and say it's super, super, super safe, and there's no crowds whatsoever. And then other people say it's very, very crowded, and it's not safe at all. And I kind of beg to differ with both of those assessments. I think I fall somewhere in the middle. There are crowds here. There are lines for things. But they aren't what you are normally used to. I would say the foot traffic and everything around here is about the same as it would be on kind of a slow day, a slow regular day at the parks. I'm gonna lay this down for a second while I set up my tripod. Okay. Now that I have this set up to where you can see me, I cannot necessarily read the comments because there's glare on the screen. Goodness gracious. I'll hold it. So, as you can hear, there's like a cavalcade going down the street right now that has like a float with it, with characters marching behind it. There's Gaston on his horse, and there's a bunch of different villains dancing around behind him. The Queen of Hearts, the Big Bad Wolf, Captain Hook, and a lot of others. So there's still entertainment here. I know a lot of people were concerned with it being Halloween, if there's any Halloween going on here. Hi, Sarah Grace. You're from Jersey and the Channel Islands. Awesome. Yeah, you guys can hear the music in the background. That's from one of the cavalcades. There was Gaston and his horse and a bunch of villains that were following behind him, and now there's a float that has Maleficent and the Evil Queen on the back of it. So that's one of the floats that's from the Boo-to-You Parade, and there are a few Boo-to-You Parade floats that are going around today. Actually, I can take my mask off now. I'm in a mask relaxation zone. But yeah, they've got, they still have stuff going on for Halloween. There are some Halloween decorations. If you have been watching online, other creators have posted, and even on my own videos that I've shown where there's big pumpkins and there's pumpkin and scarecrow people, lots of pumpkins. They still have the decorations on the lampposts. There are some garlands and bunting, but that's about it. There's none of the millions of pumpkins that you normally see that line over the shop, that are like on that shelf, that area that's like right above all the shops in front of the windows on the second story on Main Street. None of those have been put up, and it makes sense because Disney's obviously going to want to reduce the number of people that they're having work in the parks. They're going to want to reduce the cost and the expense of putting up things because they have fewer people in the parks, fewer guests. So that all kind of makes sense, but I think they did a good job kind of injecting the normal Halloween spirit just about everywhere around in the park. And these little cavalcades have been really fantastic too. About every 15 to 20 minutes, a cavalcade comes down the street. Now, this doesn't just happen at Halloween time. It's been happening all the time. But during Halloween time, we do see some more villains and special villain floats. Jack and Sally have a float. You know, there's a lot of... Oh, there's a float that comes through that has Mickey, Minnie, Donald, and Pluto, and I believe Goofy as well, all wearing costumes. They're Halloween costumes, so I think that's fantastic too. I can't wait to see that. That's the only float I haven't seen yet. But if you just sit still somewhere for an hour, you'll see a good number of them. It takes the same parade route that the Boo-to-You Parade does. So it comes out of Frontierland, comes around the corner over the bridge, right around the side of the castle, right around the hub, and then up Main Street. And it exits right at that little gate, that big gate that's to the right of the fire station at the entrance/exit to the park. So yeah, the crowds here aren't terrible. They're not tons and tons of crowds. There's a lot less people than there normally would be, but there are lines for things. The lines look super, super long because there's social distancing in the lines. Also, they're taking time between rides to clean the vehicles. Almost every vehicle is getting cleaned after every rider. And how they do that is guests will step off a ride, they'll go in and sanitize it, they'll leave it empty, and they'll board the empty one that follows it. So every other vehicle gets people in it. When the people come off and exit the ride, they clean it. So then it's all wet. It goes through the whole ride, dries off, and when it arrives in the boarding area, they allow guests to board there. And that's pretty much the way it's been. Safety announcement.
Fully cover your nose and mouth and be worn at all times, except when actively eating or drinking while stationary. Wash your hands often and thoroughly. Cover your mouth and nose when coughing and sneezing, and maintain physical distancing. Thank you for your cooperation.
I definitely feel like I'm getting a taste of Halloween for sure. A lot of you heard the booty music in the background. It's great. I loved it. In a way, it's kind of better to have these little cavalcades than the not so scary Halloween party, because that's a very expensive event. It's only for a few hours and it's usually quite crowded, and it's still hot at night. And yes, the floats are fantastic and they're well lit, but you still don't get to see every detail. And one of the things I noticed is it's daytime. The floats are moving a little slower. There's not as many crowds. People are social distancing. You have the space you need. You don't have people in front of you. And you can get a clear, wonderful view of all the costumes and all the details and all the details on the floats. So that's actually kind of nice. I like that. I appreciate it. I know it's not everything that we're expecting or that we want. Well, I'm fine. I'm just happy to be able to be here. But I know a lot of people are not happy about the fact that they're not offering every single thing they normally do. I don't know if you can hear it now, but they have different spooky Disney music that's kind of playing throughout the park all day. I haven't heard too much like super jolly sounding music. It's all been kind of like ethereal, spooky sounds, which kind of adds to the atmosphere as well. I know that there have been a lot of people who say, don't bother coming to Walt Disney World now. It's not like it used to be. You're not going to get everything you want out of this trip. And then there are people who say, you better come now because the crowds are so low. Well, the crowds aren't that low. You're still going to have to wait in those lines. There's social distancing in the lines. The boarding is slowed down for the cleaning. So you do still have rides that are like 45-minute wait or an hour-long wait sometimes. But, you know, for some of those rides like Space Mountain and Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, that's worth the wait for a lot of people. You want to take into consideration how you're getting here and how you're leaving. For instance, I was able to drive here pretty much nonstop. I stopped at a rest stop, didn't get out of my car, so I could drink some water and not worry about traffic. So I didn't stop on the way here. I'm not going to stop on the way home. I kept quarantined in my house for 2 weeks before this trip. I will quarantine for 2 weeks after this trip. And, you know, that way I keep myself safe, I keep the guests here safe, and I keep everyone back where I live a couple of hours away, I keep them safe as well. I think that's important. If you're having to fly here or travel here from a great distance and you're having to make contact with a lot of different people, you know, think about that. Take that into consideration if that's the right choice for you and your family. Also take into consideration, yeah, the crowds are lower, but there's a reason for it. It's a very serious reason. And is that, you know, take into consideration any health concerns you may have. Talk to your doctor. That's what I did. I just made an appointment. I was able to do like a video appointment, have a chat with him and talk to him about, did he think it was safe enough for me? And should I have some concerns and considerations? And I asked if he had any special tips or anything for me. And basically he just repeated what a lot of other doctors and experts have been saying. Just wash your hands a lot, sanitize constantly, wear your mask when you're walking around, and social distance as much as possible from people. And that's another thing. I've heard in the Disney parks from some people that there's no social distancing in the parks, and I have to say that that is not entirely true. There's social distancing inside of the restaurants, the few that are open. There's social distancing in the queues, and the rest of the time people are just managing to keep 7 feet behind the person in front of them, and that gives you that social distancing that you need. Where you're not getting the social distancing is when you are walking next to somebody. If somebody walks around you to walk faster around you, or if they're walking in the opposite direction of you. But here's the thing, it happens so quickly, and even if they're only 3 feet away, they don't even spend 2 seconds around you. So it's not as unsafe as it would be if they were not wearing a mask, they were standing next to you for 15-20 minutes coughing all over the place. That would be very unsafe. But, you know, take that into consideration. Think about if that's something that's a worry or a concern for you. There are going to be times when there are people right near you, but it's only for a few seconds. Yes, Halloween music is definitely playing in the background. I don't know if I disconnected a couple times. I'm not sure if I lost some folks. It looks like there's about 40 of you watching right now. And if you could, do me a huge favor and click the like button to show that you're watching. I'm so sorry about all the difficulties I had at the beginning of this. I think think I've got it. Nobody had any other questions. If you guys have any questions about anything about accessibility for people of size or any sort of accessibility questions, I'm really happy to answer those for you now as much as I can. In the meantime, I'll tell you what I'm here for today. I'm going to be finishing up a video for the Tomorrowland Speedway, and then I'm going to do my most dreaded ride, which is Astro Orbiter. I don't like that ride, and if you watch the video, you'll see why. If you're not already subscribed, subscribe to the channel, because that video will be coming out in the next few weeks. So right now I am basically collecting as much footage as I possibly can, because I don't know what's going to come up in the future. I feel comfortable in the parks and I feel safe in the parks at this time. You know, we've heard experts, I've read things from different experts and people saying that it's possible that there could be another surge in a few months with this situation we have going on globally. And, you know, they might pull back on allowing people in parks and allowing people to do more things outdoors. So I thought I would just go ahead and get as much filmed as I possibly can for you guys. And I do know that my videos have been coming out kind of slow. You've only been getting one a week. You either get a live chat, a live stream, or you've been getting like one video a week. And I know that you probably want one every single day of the week. But I'm doing my best. I know that you guys must be working overtime. I know that the way you have all been working has changed. There's just not necessarily the free time that we thought we had before. And then when the weekend comes, that's like spent completely just cleaning and doing laundry and trying to like keep up with stuff. So that's the weird thing with all of this social distancing and quarantining. I thought I would have all the time in the world, but in fact I don't. There are some things that you have to do, certain chores and things, certain tasks and errands that you have to do in person. And it takes a lot of time to schedule that, to make that happen, and try to do 2 or 3 things in the same day so that you don't, you're not going in and out all the time. It's been a challenge. I'm sure it's been a challenge for everyone. But I really appreciate your patience with me and understanding. You know, right now my big concentration is gathering as much footage as I can, so you will probably be getting just one live stream or a video each week while I do that. I just want to make sure I have it tucked away so that I can make great videos for you coming up in the future. And if you guys are wondering, if you're watching and just tuning in now and you see the castle right behind me there, I am sitting in a mask relaxation zone, and I'm allowed to have my mask off. It's got like a sour apple taste to it. And it came with this like candy straw covered with sour apple crystal candy. I don't know if you like sour stuff, but I really do, and it's really, really, really yummy and very refreshing. Not seeing a whole lot of interaction today. I'm having a hard time viewing, really, to be honest. Oh no. Okay. Well, if you guys are writing comments, I cannot see them. I do see someone did post a $5 super chat. Thank you so much for that. I'm sorry I can't see who did it or when it happened, but thank you. I really appreciate it. That sort of thing helps make it possible for me to continue contributing a small amount, as little as $2 per month, to help fund the channel and keep the channel going. There's a lot of stuff I want to try to get, new equipment to make it better. I definitely got a new mic. You guys are going to be hearing that in the upcoming videos. The sound quality is going to be a lot better, and it's almost time for me to get a new phone. This thing is like falling apart. So I need to replace that and get something that will maybe have a better camera on it, and I can do better live streaming from it. All that good stuff. So, and also my laptop's on its last legs. But, you know, most of this, I've funded this all before on my own, and, you know, that's fine, and I can do that. You don't have to contribute. You absolutely don't have to contribute financially whatsoever. Any support that you offer by watching the videos, just leaving your comments, subscribing to the channel, clicking like, all of those things are helpful and important to me. I just want to make sure that I can bring you the best quality videos that I possibly can, and
Cover your mouth and nose when coughing and sneezing, and maintain physical distancing. Thank you.
I'm also, as I've been taking my time editing, I'm learning some new editing techniques. A few people have messaged me or commented on the videos to let me know that they appreciate that the quality has been going up. Many of you have gotten in touch with me to let me know you appreciate the quality of the information has gone up too. That's because I'm doing more research and taking more time to like really research the rides and talking to people who know more information about the individual rides. Just getting the best quality information that I can for you. So that's something I'm just trying to make everything better overall. And sometimes that takes time, especially if you don't have really great editing skills and you're kind of learning from scratch, which is kind of embarrassing because I am a TV producer. So I know when I sit with an editor, I know exactly what I want them to do with editing, but I don't actually sit there and use the software. Well, now I do. So I'm learning it from scratch. And it's great. It's a great skill to have, and it's been really fun. And I really appreciate that you guys watch the videos, that they're helpful to you. I get a lot of pleasure from hearing how the videos have helped you enjoy your vacations better. All right, we're at 22 minutes, and I'm still not seeing a lot of interaction from folks. I think there's something going on with this live feed. Like all of the comments have completely disappeared, so I'm sorry about that. Let's see. Maybe I can fix it by doing this. Here we go. Okay. Oh, Karen's answering some questions for people who I did, like, some of my comments have come out. So Karen's been helping me answer some questions. Thank you so much. Sharon, thank you so much for that $5 super chat. Karen's telling me that someone asked if the restaurants are still open, I believe was the question. Some of the restaurants are. The sit-down restaurants that are available inside of Magic Kingdom are Cinderella's Table for lunch and dinner, Skipper's Canteen for lunch and dinner, and what else? Be Our Guest, I believe, for dinner, maybe? I'm not sure if Be Our Guest is open. And as far as quick service goes, Pinocchio House is available, and Ray's Starlight Cafe is open, but there's like really long lines for that. Oh, sweat's getting in my eyes. Sorry, guys. Huge lines for Starlight Cafe, so it means that dab that sweat. It's burning my eyes. So for the Starlight Cafe, and I don't know yet for Pinocchio House how that line looks. I haven't seen it yet today. But yeah, you have to do your mobile ordering for that and set a time frame when you'll return to pick up your food. It'll make it a lot easier. There's a lot of the snack stands are closed. The drink stands are closed. Your best option for buying a bottle of water or a bottled soda is to go into a gift shop. And many of them have coolers in there where they're selling drinks as an option to getting drinks now. Let's see. Let's see. Janelle, you're welcome. Thank you for that wonderful comment. So, Ren Ninja says, I've never been to Disney and I'm concerned about my feet hurting from standing in long lines. Is there a way to not have to stand in a line when the line is really long? Well, there is the DAS pass, which is the Disney Accessibility Pass that they give you. You have to have like an actual medical concern for that if it's just foot pain. I would urge you to rent a wheelchair or rent a scooter, even better. If you don't want to do that, what you can do is when you arrive at the line, most of the queues do accept wheelchairs in them, and they have a stash of wheelchairs just outside the queue, and you can borrow one for the length of the queue. So you can ask to do that, but you do have to have someone to push you. Cast members are not allowed to push you in the wheelchair. You have to have someone in your party who's physically capable of pushing you, and some of the queues have ramps and stuff like that. So it's something worth considering. If that won't work, then I would recommend renting a scooter. That way nobody has to push you. Let's see. Still looking to see Donna's coming to the park on Monday. That's fantastic. Adam, thank you for the compliment on the shirt. I got it from Torrid. Looking to see if I saw something about special diets. Let's see. I'm looking to see. Are restaurants still accommodating people with special diets? Yes, they are. They absolutely are. I have food allergies, and one of the things I've been doing when I've been eating in sit-down restaurants, for the most part, I've been asking to have vegan or vegetarian meals, and just to see what it's like. I want to see what the options are, and I got to be honest with you, when it's hot like it is now, eating a heavy meat-laden meal is very uncomfortable. It's nice to have a lighter option. You're welcome for doing a video on it. I am not excited about doing Astro Orbiter. It's the last ride I want to get on. I've been on it a few times, but it's just not fun for me. It's hard to get in and out of. You'll get to see. Eloise says, how are you finding using the scooter? I've been using a scooter for my last few trips to Universal and to the Universal parks and here in the Disney parks, and I really like it, especially with the heat that's been going on right now. It can be really, really tough to walk around, and I want to stay in the park as little as possible, so having a scooter allows me to zip from place to place very, very quickly and get things done. I'm also concerned with having a lowered immune system due to being like overactive, walking so much and getting really exhausted. So the scooter ensures that my immune system stays a little higher and I don't get overtired. Caleb, that is true. Caleb said that in my opinion, I come closer to people at the grocery store than Disney. Absolutely agree with that. My local Walmart is an absolute disaster. Like I get all my groceries delivered now. I do think that this could be a good time with the social distancing at this time. I do think that at some point we're just going to maybe have social distancing for quite a while after this global situation clears up. I am sad that you can't do Disney for a while too, Lane. Yes, it does get crazy busy around Halloween time and the Halloween parties, absolutely. But they're not having them this year. Kelly's thinking about coming in December. Yeah, do your research. Think about it. Take everything into consideration before you make your trip and see if it's worth it for you. Because a lot of the shops are closed. A lot of the restaurants are closed. The stage shows aren't happening. Stuff like that, you know. For the most part, most of the rides are open and running, but a lot of those things are down. But here's the thing. When you come to Disney, unless you're coming to Magic Kingdom for 4 days in a row, you're not going to get to do everything in one trip. It's just not possible. There's so much to do, and they designed it that way on purpose. They want you to come back again and again so you can experience everything. I haven't tried any of the Halloween treats. The slushie is the only thing that really appealed to me right now. The lines are pretty long to get stuff, and there's not a lot of quick service stuff where you can order stuff. Now, for the ice cream place, obviously, you're not going to be able to mobile order it, but Friar's Nook is open, and you might be able to stand in line and get stuff there. There's also mobile ordering there, so that might actually help you get things faster. I'm so glad you've been enjoying the videos, Debbie, and they've been helping you. I have seen the Pooh characters in the cavalcade, and they are adorable. They come on one of the horse-drawn trolleys. They're fantastically cute. The rides I'm doing today are Astro Orbiter, and I'm grabbing some additional footage for the Tomorrowland Speedway. I couldn't remember the official name of it. I'm having a pretty good day. It is fun. It's very hot today. Very, very hot. But still wonderful to be here. And I appreciate that it's open, that so many of the cast members are back to work and earning money. But I also appreciate everything that's happening in the world and the people who've lost their jobs or businesses. They've lost family members, friends, and coworkers. It's, you know, a lot of people have suffered with this global concern, and I do appreciate that. I do take that in consideration. I take coming here to be a privilege. I don't take it lightly. I hope that by coming here, I'm able to pass that on to you guys as well. Lori said,
Face coverings must fully cover your nose and mouth.
I'm going to let him say his spiel, and then I'll answer
Except for
questions.
casually eating or drinking while stationary. Wash your hands often and thoroughly. Cover your mouth and nose when coughing and sneezing, and maintain physical distancing. Thank you for your cooperation.
Lori says, so good to see you. We went to Disney for 1 week last year, and you were our invisible guide. How amazing. Thank you. You are family, and we love you. I love you guys, too. I'm so happy to do this for you. I'm so honored that you guys let me do this. Have you used any of the Disney face masks? No. I bought some from independent people on Etsy. I bought all kinds of different cloth masks, and they're all beautiful, but they are not easy for me to breathe in. I find these like basic standard medical masks with this nice wire that can mold beautifully to your nose, prevents my glasses from steaming up. I feel like I can breathe easier in it. I feel like they fit better because they go all the way under my chin and they're the right size. It's just what I prefer. I know, Karen, I know you're supposed to be here at Disney. I've been thinking about you all day and how we would have been having some fun together here. But I thought I'd come here for you. Sharon says, watching your videos is a bright spot during tough times. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for watching. And thank you for letting me know that. That makes me feel very happy. It is a lot of work to do this. It costs a lot of money. You guys have helped out tremendously. And I really appreciate that. But it's worth it. It's a fun experience for me. And along the way, I'm also learning some new skills with editing and pre-production and just looking at social media and creating. I work with camera people, I work with editors, but now I'm on the other side of it and I'm seeing what they do. I have a greater appreciation for their skill set. So times in my life, you guys, just hearing your comments and sharing with you has like really lifted me out of some really tough times. Karen, I will wave to Tigger for you. Now, we've been talking for about 33 minutes. I'm going to just kind of wrap it up right now. And if you have any last minute questions or anything you want to share, go ahead and do it right now. If you don't make it, go ahead and put it in a comment down below in the description. And if you're watching this video after the live stream has taken place, please make sure you hit like and leave a comment and share what you think, your opinions, your thoughts on what's going on in the parks, whether or not it's a good time to come here, what your plans are. All of those things, the comments, the liking, the subscribing to the channel, helps the channel get out there. YouTube will show it to more people, and so more people who need the information will get the information because of that. So that would be fantastic if you could do that. Let's take a quick look and see if there's any new comments. It looks like there's not. We got another cavalcade coming through, and I'd like to go check that out. So I will say goodbye to you for now. I hope you guys have a magical day. Thank you so much for spending part of your day with me. Thank you for allowing me to make these videos for you. It's an honor and a pleasure. And I want you to remember this. Life is a roller coaster. Enjoy the ride. Bye, everyone.